Hi, this is A. Wesley. That ain't even tells it like a TIS. If you like my video, please give it a thumbs up. If you like my channel, please subscribe. The topic I'm going to talk to you today about is Love and Marriage DC Reunion Part 1. It happened this past Saturday. It was really good. I really liked it. I really liked it. The outfits that the cast had on. It started off with Carlos King knocking on everybody's dressing room door, asking them how they were doing and how they were going. Uh, uh, he started off with I think with Jamie and Erana. He asked them how they were doing, and they said they were doing all right. And they said they were doing all right. Everything was okay. Then he went to Quick and Ashley's room, and they said everything was all right with them. Everything's gonna be all right. And then he went to Chris and Monique's dressing room last, and he asked Chris and Monique how was everything going and how did they feel about the reunion. And Monique said she was okay, but she was kind of a little nervous. And then he said, Chris, are you going to answer the questions? And then Chris said, it depends on what you ask me. And then so he said, well, how's everything going? And she said, everything going all right. She said, I'm kind of a little bit nervous because I talked to Winter, and Winter said she was okay. He said, yeah, I called Winter too. I wanted to make sure Winter was okay too. And so next thing you know, it switched to Carlos King. He had on this kind of black shimmery suit. The tie was black, the shirt was black, the jacket and the pants were kind of black shimmery. He came out and he introduced himself, and then he introduced the cast. And after he introduced the cast, they all sat down. They all sat down. They were all sitting down. They were all sitting down in different little, like, what you call it? I guess you call it like mini size, what you call it, sofa sets. They were all sitting on them, and he went around and asked all the group how they were feeling about the season and how they was feeling about this being their first reunion, and they was all happy and they was all excited and they were all glad and stuff like that. Uh, like I said, I really do like the fashions, but out of all of the fashions, I think Jamie and Erana, I liked it. Arena's pretty yellow dress. It had some kind of ruffled shoulders on it, and it was long, and then it had a long yellow split on the side, and then it had like a little yellow. I don't know if it's like a bow or a little yellow something, but her and Jamie really looked good. That was my favorite out of the group that was dressed. And next came to me was Monique and Chris. Chris just had on a plain black suit with a black dress, but Monique had on a pretty purple dress with some kind of purple and gray embellishes on on the front of the dress, and then she had like a little side split just like a random, but her dress was purple. Not to say that Quick and Ashley's stuff wasn't good. Now I did like Ashley's dress, even though I liked the way she wore that green feathery dress. It wasn't too much feathers. It was just the feathery embroidery at the top of the dress, and the rest of the dress was just a plain green dress. And Quick tried to match her with like a dark green suit and a dark green tie and stuff like that. And then after the fashions, they kind of introduced, and then Carlos King, he really did a good job of asking the cast the questions that the fans wanted to hear, and stuff like that. It started off with him talking about reading a question from the viewers and the fans from Twitter, and they addressed it right on. He said, Monique, a lot of the fans say that you left the other show to come to this show just to embarrass Chris, so you could get a divorce from Chris. She said, no, and then Chris said, oh no, that didn't happen. That didn't happen. She said it wasn't nothing like that. She said, why is it when a black woman wants to air out her feelings and tell her man what she needs from him, it's a big problem. It's a big problem. She tried to talk about women, try to have this women empowerment speech, talking about women are always not heard and not felt and stuff. To me, it was the right message, but the wrong messenger. The way you were doing, Chris, on this show, Monique, was downright, almost barely, almost what you could say borderline judgment or berating and stuff. And it was like Chris was so humble and trying to be nice and stuff. But then they always talking about people don't know stuff behind the scenes and stuff like that. And even Chris said on the show a couple of times, he knows he's not perfect. He knows some stuff that he needs to work on, but it's kind of her approach. And then she said, well, maybe my delivery wasn't right. Yes, that was right. That's what people was telling you about. You could voice your opinions to your husband, but your delivery was not right. And you could tell that she felt some kind of way about it because she even brought it up herself about her delivery wasn't right. And then after that he went on to Jamie and Erana, and he said Jamie and Erana, the fans were saying other thing about you being controlling and the way you kind of held Raina's face and kind of pushed to Raina's face. He said, "No, I don't think I'm controlling. I don't think I'm a bully." That's what these people say, but these people don't know what would go on behind the scenes and stuff like that. And so he said, Raina, do you think Jamie is controlling? She said, well, when we first got married, I could say he's controlling, but now that we've been together for a while, for 26 years, he's kind of to me, I don't think he's controlling now. And then so he talking about controlling. He talking about controlling. See, that's the narrative she want to put out there. And then she gave him a side eye, and she gave him a side eye look. He said, "Oh me," and then Carlos King said, "Well, now that's what the fans say that they're seeing on there, like you control." He said, "I'm not controlling." He said, "These people don't know. I'm the one made her. She was in a whole lot of debt when I met with her. She was in a whole lot of debt, and I paid all of her debt off for her." Jamie and Erana, Jamie, you're not the only one that went into a marriage with debt. There's a whole lot of people that got married that had individual debt, and when they came together, they had to get that. They had to either pay the debt down separately or get it together. So you're not the only one that had debt problems and financial problems in the beginning of your marriage. A whole lot of couples go through that. But then he said, "Well, I'm the one made her. I'm the one made her the millionaire, billionaire that she is. You talking about controlling?" That was another sore point to people. You didn't make her the woman that she is. You probably gave her some help and encouraged her and told her, about her spending and how her spending was getting out of hand. A lot of people can give you advice and stuff, but that don't mean that you made her, Jamie. So that was one of my bad talking points too, and stuff like that. And so after that part, he switched to Quick and Ashley, and he was saying, he said, "Ashley, you finally got to get out. You finally got to voice your opinion." And Quick said, "Yeah." And then Quick brought up an incident about he was doing some kind of event, and he was saying the two fans. They were lady fans, and they were looking at him, and one of them was saying, "Ain't that this guy?" She said, "No, that ain't that guy." And he said, "That is that guy. That is that guy. That's Ashley's husband." And he said, now he's being known as Ashley's husband since Ashley had that big old event about her book. And then Carlos King asked Ashley, did she like being in the spotlight and stuff? And she said, "Well, I'm not gonna lie to you, Carlos. I do like being in the spotlight. For me being in the background for so long, I like being in the spotlight. It feels good. It feels great." And then so he said, "Quick, what do you think about it?" He said, "Well, I'm glad my wife is coming out of her shadow and doing some of her stuff, but I'm just saying, I'm just stepping back a little bit, stuff." And he said, "Well, Quick, he said, Quick, in one of the episodes you had went to the doctor because you had overworked yourself." He said, "Yeah." He said, "I got gout and stuff like that." And she said, are you working to keep that gout under control?" And he said, "Yeah, I still got it, but I'm working it." And then Ashley chimed in and said, "Well, yeah, even though he's working a little bit less, he's still working. He might be working a couple of days less, but he's still working." And so Carlos King brought up. He said, "Well, how did you feel, Quick, about these rumors about you cheating on Ashley?" He said, "I didn't like it one bit. I didn't like it at all." And Ashley said, I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all, and stuff, and because of what the person said, when I was coming out with this stuff, and she had no proof of this. Like he said, "Oh, by the way, I got a special guest coming." And he said, before you say your next statement, let's go to commercial break and I'll bring the guests out. So when they came back, it was winter. When it came out, she had a pretty red dress on, and she had she had some kind of embellishments on her dress too, and it was red. It was pretty, and she came out with a little postcard, a little red postcard, and a little red shoes, and a little slide split, saying, "I'm a friend of, I'm a friend of." That was just so cute to me, winning her little red suit and that little red thing. And so when she got ready to sit down, he introduced Winter and he asked Winter how she was, and Winter said she was doing all right. She was doing all right. She was doing okay, and everything was all right. He said, "Well, Winter, we're gonna address the subject." He said, "When are we gonna address it?" He said, right before you came out, I had asked Chris and Ashley how did they feel about the cheating rumors that was on the show about them and their relationship. And he said, "Ashley, you explain to Winter how you felt." And she had her little cards, and she said, "Winter, you talking about Quick was cheating on me. There's no proof that Quick is cheating on me. Do you have any proof of Quick? There ain't no proof." And then Carlos King chimed in and said, "Do you have any proof?" And she said, "Well, Carlos, I'm a person like this. I don't like to put people's business out on Front Street. I don't like to tell where I got my sources from." She said, "You ain't got no sources. You ain't got no proof. You lying. You lying." That's what Ashley was saying. And then Quick was trying to hold back, and wasn't saying nothing. And she was saying, "I know you was lying. And the way you came and told, Monique, the way you told Monique, and when Monique came back and told me, I told Monique that wasn't what happened. That wasn't what happened at the meeting. Well, that wasn't what happened at my event at the meeting with me and you and Erana." And she was saying, "Well, yeah, what I was telling Monique in confidence because I thought Monique was my friend." Then Monique chimed in and said, "Well, I knew you for 15 years, Winter, but we was not friends like that. We was not friends like that." And then Winter kind of looking at the side eye, and Winter said, "Well, if I would have known that, Monique, I wouldn't have even confided in you. I wouldn't have told you nothing." And I didn't like the fact that Monique was throwing Winter under the bus. I think Monique it's like when Monique gets challenged or get under pressure, she want to throw somebody else under the bus instead of taking responsibility for stuff. That's one thing that's kind of making me look sideways at Monique and stuff like that. And then after that, and then after that, she said, "Well, to me, if you got proof, you need to show your proof and show your receipts, or otherwise, to me, I ain't gonna believe in it's a lie." That's what Ashley was saying. And then she said, "Well, like I said, I don't want to." Like she said, I don't want to reveal my sources." And then so she said, "You just lying, you just lying." And then Winter say, "Well, you said some stuff about me and my marriage, and see, my first husband cheated on me, but he had nothing to do with this situation that I was in with Kevin." And she said, "That stuff kind of hurt my kids and stuff." And then Ashley said, "Well, how do you think my kids feel? You keep attacking my marriage like that." And then Ashley started calling Winter bees, and then what you call got so angry he started calling Winter B2 and stuff like that. And Winter say, "Look, y'all don't have to act like that. Y'all need to calm down." And what you call was so calm and cool. And then what you call had got up out of his chair, Carlos King, and he was laughing. He was talking about it. And Jamie was looking kind of funny and stuff like that. And Chris chimed in and said, "Man, calm down, hold down, calm down." And then next thing you know, Carlos King said, wait a minute, y'all do need to calm down." He said, "You have anything else to say, Winter?" And then right after that, the show went off. I didn't like the fact that Carlos King let the show get a little bit out of hand for ratings and stuff like that. And I didn't like the fact that he just let Quick and Ashley go on with calling a Winner out of her name and cussing her out, and it wasn't right. And I wasn't the only one, because when I got on Twitter later that night, a lot of the fans was talking about the same stuff, saying Ashley and Quick was talking too aggressively to Winner and stuff like that. So that turned off a whole lot of fans and stuff like that. So hopefully they say it's going to be more action on the reunion. And yesterday they had put out the ratings, and they were saying the first reunion part 1 was the highest episode of Love and Marriage DC this season. I know they had one more episode, but they say this episode was higher than that. Maybe I'll link that in the back. This is A. Wesley. That ain't who tells it like a T.I. is. I am out.